Town Hall. This train will be terminating at Town Hall.
Welcome back to Australia Trains. The future of Melbourne's railways is right upon us. In this video, we take a look at the Metro Tunnel passenger service trials, where for the first time, trains with passengers for most of the journey ran from Sunbury all the way through to East Pakenham and Cranbourne via the Metro Tunnel, which meant the Sunbury Line was run by 100% high-capacity Metro trains for the first time ever on Saturday the 21st of June 2025. This video will focus on the unique aspects of the day, such as the passenger information displays, destination headboards, and general train run-in. It was no doubt a lot to take in. Hope you enjoy the video. Something that definitely made its mark for the day was the fact that the trains were displaying the correct destination headboard for the final stop of a service. That meant that for the first time ever we got to see West Footscray, Water Gardens and Sunbury service destination headboards on high-capacity metro trains. This also meant that on the Sunbury Line there were East Pakenham and Cranbourne destination headboards being displayed. To my surprise, Water Gardens just fit on the destination headboard. However, the same could not be said for this West Footscray service. Inspired by the Pakenham display for East Pakenham services, it appeared this W Footscray display was the headboard for the West Footscray service. This was a little bit of a letdown that they couldn't fit the word West there. Nonetheless though, upon terminating at West Footscray, the train then formed empty cars towards Calder Park Sidings. Towards the city, the displays were the final destination on the Dandenong corridor via Metro Tunnel. So this was an East Pakenham service via Town Hall, or as the display says, Pakenham via Town Hall. The usual displays were around there for the Dandenong group. In addition to East Pakenham, there was Cranbourne, Dandenong and Westall. Interestingly, on the approach to Sunbury Station, the high-capacity metro trains were displaying just a Town Hall service. It appeared that once the train left Diggers Rest, the destination headboard automatically changed to just Town Hall.
Passengers also note that on their return journey from Southern Cross or Flinders Street, you need to catch a Werribee or Williamstown train back to Footscray, where you will get your connecting train service to Sunbury.
The destination headboards was also a sign of the future, where we got to see the Metro Tunnel stations displayed for the first time ever outside of the Metro Tunnel. Moreover, the Metro Tunnel group colour of light blue was displayed on the passenger information displays. As of right now, the Sunbury Line is still part of the Northern group, which sees the colour yellow typically on the passenger information displays. That though did remain the case for trains towards Water Gardens and Sunbury. Here is a Water Garden service still displaying the yellow Northern Group colouring on the passenger information displays. As for the concourse displays, they were a little bit more confusing. They had the final destinations on them, which meant that East Pakenham and Cranbourne was displaying on the Sunbury Line, despite on the top saying change trains at Footscray for Flinders Street services. So then when you get to the platform and it just displays as a normal East Pakenham service, stopping all stations to Town Hall, running express to Malvern, then stopping all stations to East Pakenham, it probably did cause a little bit of confusion for not everyday passengers. And talking about Sunbury Station, I'm pretty sure this was just a glitch, but yeah, this was also a passenger information display on the day. onto the internal passenger information displays. As for these, they were just displaying as if it was a normal service. The interesting aspect was, of course, seeing the colour yellow, which only happens on 2 morning up Sunbury services, typically speaking. The other interesting thing was seeing some of the Metro Tunnel stations on the passenger information displays on a train for the first time. This meant that the most interesting aspect was when you were travelling on a train towards the Metro Tunnel, you had 2 different line colours, the yellow for the Northern Group Sunbury Line and light blue for the Dandenong Corridor, something that I reckon will change to light blue once the Metro Tunnel fully opens. And okay, how could we not take a look at the announcements? Alright, here's just one for now.
Now arriving at Water Gardens. This train will be terminating at Water Gardens. Change here for Sunbury services.
As for the automated PA announcements and the green button on platforms, they weren't really working as per normal. Some stations had them working perfectly fine towards Water Gardens and Sunbury. However, towards the Metro Tunnel, there was some other pre-recorded announcement essentially saying to just take the next train as far as Footscray station, and then you'll have to change there to continue your journey. There were no automated announcements playing towards the city. For this next section, we're going to take a look at both railway sidings and level crossing removals on the Sunbury Line in one go here. This is because they are fairly close to each other and are both soon to be history from what they look like now in June 2025 to what they might look like just months later, come the beginning of 2026. Off-peak throughout the day, it looked like East Pakenham services were running through to Sunbury and Cranbourne service were running through to Water Gardens. Though maybe to make things more simple, all trains towards Sunbury off-peak departed platform 3 at Water Gardens station, and then all trains towards the Metro Tunnel departed platform 1 at Water Gardens station. This meant that Water Gardens terminating services arrived onto platform 2. Everyone had to change. The train ran a shunt and redock into Water Gardens sidings and then back onto Water Gardens platform 1. As for the sidings itself, there were quite a few high capacity metro trains sitting there and 2 comment sets watching, wondering what has happened to their beloved line that they've been running on for decades now. We now ride a Sunbury HCMT service, and this perfectly depicts how things will change very quickly. We are passing now Calder Park Drive, a level crossing that is soon to be closed for that new road bridge that is partially being built at the time of recording. We are now approaching Calder Park sidings, which is the biggest sidings along the Sunbury Line. Soon, most likely only high capacity metro trains will likely stable there. However, despite there being only high-capacity metro trains running on the Sunbury Line on this particular day, we see a nice range of trains. There were quite a number of Comeng and 1 Siemens set in addition to HCMTs stabled there at the time of recording. Something I will personally miss is going quite fast through this area here on a Comeng being very shaky. It really does add to the experience. The high-capacity metro trains were much smoother. Upon passing Calder Park sidings right here, the second level crossing removal in this area is taking place right now, and this will be a road closure on Holden Road. So in roughly these 60 seconds, we've gone past 2 level crossings that will soon be removed, and a railway sidings that won't stable most likely some of the trains that have been stabled there at the time of filming. In terms of Sunbury sidings, there were just high capacity metro trains stabled there. And the last level crossing we haven't looked at yet is the one located on the down end of Diggers Rest Station, which will see a new road bridge already being built on the up end of Diggers Rest Station. At the time of recording, the boom gates at Old Calder Highway level crossing were still active. However, traffic was blocked off. Inside the Metro Tunnel and between Clayton and West Footscray, traditional signalling is not used. Rather, an automatic type of signalling called CBTC, or Communication-Based Train Control, is what the HCMTs will be using. This allows them to travel much closer together. Though surprisingly, it appeared this HCMT was running on conventional signalling, as we can see the signal is illuminated with a green over red, and then once the train departs, it then extinguishes for CBTC. It was a very, very fascinating day. Maybe one of the more historically unique days in Melbourne's railway history. The day had many new aspects to it. Some will become the norm, others may be special only to this trial day, but nonetheless, very, very fascinating. Let me know what you think. You excited for HCMTs on the Sunbury Line, or sad to see the comm engine Siemens leave the line? Either way, as of mid-2025, the Metro Tunnel opening is absolutely heating up now. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I think we'll leave it at that. Cheers.